breaking news we've been following since very early this morning. Former President George H.W. Bush in the hospital, and now former First Lady Barbara Bush also hospitalized.
The latest information coming from family spokesman Jim McGrath is this. President Bush is stable and resting comfortably in the intensive care unit, and the former First Lady has been hospitalized as a precaution.
We have live team coverage for you, beginning with Phil Archer at Houston Methodist Hospital, where both Mr. and Mrs. Bush are being treated. Phil?
Yeah, we know a lot more about the former president's condition tonight. He is still in the intensive care unit here at Methodist Hospital, but according to a spokesman, his condition much improved since this morning when he began experiencing severe breathing problems. And as you said, he's been joined now by the former First Lady Barbara Bush, who was admitted here for observation. Former President Bush was hospitalized with pneumonia Saturday, but he was moved to the hospital's ICU today after he began to have breathing problems due to a blockage in his lung. Doctors sedated and intubated him to insert a tube to clear his airway. Bush spokesman Jim McGrath.
Doctors believe the procedure itself was a success, and so now the president is stable, resting comfortably in the ICU. He's going to remain in the ICU for observation, and so he's on a better trajectory, certainly, than the one that landed him in the ICU.
While visiting Mr. Bush this morning, former First Lady Barbara Bush was also hospitalized. Mrs. Bush, also in frail health, doctors were concerned about her persistent cough and fatigue.
It's a precautionary measure to have her there at the hospital. She woke up this morning with a coughing fit, also some fatigue and just general unease, and she decided to let the medical experts take over on that one, too.
Messages from well-wishers have been flowing in, among them President Obama, who opened his last press conference today recounting his friendship with the Bushes.
They are as fine a couple as we know, and so we want to send our prayers and our love to them.
Former President Clinton also expressed hopes for a speedy recovery today via Twitter. Mr. Bush listed tonight in stable condition here at Methodist Hospital. Mrs. Bush said to be resting comfortably. Reporting live from the medical center, I'm Phil Archer, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Phil, thank you, sir. We continue our team coverage now with a closer look at President Bush's condition. He was taken to the hospital on Saturday, as Phil said, with shortness of breath, and today he was admitted to the ICU to address a breathing problem stemming from pneumonia. Channel 2 health reporter Haley Hernandez got some insight from a local pneumonia expert and joins us now live. Haley.
That's right. So over the past several years, President Bush has been at this hospital several times, and a Baylor doctor who does not treat the Bushes says that this hospitalization, now that the Bushes are in their 90s, is very serious. In 2012, former President George H.W. Bush was treated here at Houston Methodist for bronchitis. In 2014, he was hospitalized twice, once for pneumonia and a second time for shortness of breath, spending the entire Christmas and New Year holidays at Methodist. In 2015, President Bush broke a bone in his neck after a fall at the family home in Maine. Mr. Bush, at age 92, is the oldest living former president. In recent years, he's been confined to a wheelchair due to a form of Parkinson's. Dr. Musher from Baylor College of Medicine has not treated Bush, but says Parkinson's can lead to respiratory problems.
With Parkinson's disease, we have limited motion, and that reduces the ability to clear secretions from the lungs. So that would be a further reason why he might have complications of a respiratory infection.
In a statement today, their spokesman said the former president was sent to ICU for a procedure and sedated after complications from pneumonia. Mrs. Bush was also admitted as a precaution after experiencing fatigue and coughing.
Pneumonia is a serious disease in older people. And of course, I wish for President Bush the best and the most rapid recovery imaginable, but it is potentially a serious disease.
In spite of health problems, the former president has continued to make public appearances, showing up last week at Texas A&M. The Bushes spokesman and Methodist Hospital could not give me an answer on how long the Bushes will be in the hospital, but we do know that before former President Bush was hospitalized, he wrote a letter to Trump explaining that he would not be at his inauguration after advice from his doctor. Reporting live at Houston Methodist Hospital, I'm Haley Hernandez, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Haley, thank you. The past few weeks have been busier than normal for President Bush as far as public appearances go. As Haley mentioned, just last week he attended a lecture at the Bush School at Texas A&M University hosted by his son Jeb. A few days before that, the former president was showing off his Texans pride, attending the team's playoff game against the Raiders at NRG. Our coverage of this big story extends to our website. That's where we'll keep you up to date all evening long on the conditions of former President Bush and former First Lady Barbara Bush. And you can also hear what Jenna Bush had to say about her grandfather this morning on the Today Show. All that and more on click2houston.com.